Standing alone in a field in the middle of rural Elbert County, Georgia, the Granite Capital of the world, known as America's Stonehenge, we had the magnificent Georgia Guidestones. Now first unveiled back in March the 22nd, 1980, after a mysterious man known as R.C. Christian commissioned a local company to engrave the stones with 10 maxims to an age of reason. So in the June of 1979, a man using the pseudonym of R.C. Christian approached the Elbert Granite Finishing Company on behalf of a small group of loyal Americans and commissioned the structure. The stoneworkers, bankers and all vendors were all sworn to secrecy. Obviously not very well. But Christian explained that the stones would function as a compass, a calendar and a clock, and should be capable of withstanding catastrophic events. The guide stones themselves consist of 6 tall granite stone slabs following precise specifications by R.C. Christian. The 4 slabs surround a central slab, and the final slab sits on top of them as the capstone. The centre column has a hole that points to the North Star Polaris, and there's a slot that aligns the sun's solstices and the equinoxes. There is an aperture in the capstone that marks noontime throughout the year, because they know that the sun circulates the earth land below for the time zones and seasons. So the slits in the centre slab and the capstone directs the sunlight at key dates and times to function as the calendar, the compass and the clock. So it can only happen on a flat, motionless earth, friends. The capstone allows the sunlight to pass through each day at noon, shining to the centre to indicate the time of year. And the 4 outer slabs were also arranged to track the lunar declination cycle too. A hole was drilled in a portion of it so that it would align with the North Star and it would correspond with the solstices and the equinoxes. This is how precise these cuttings had to be. Yet the guide stones are of a deep satanic origin, and that R.C. Christian himself, the pseudonym, belongs to the Luciferian secret society related to the NWO. R.C. Christian resembles the Rose Cross Christian or the Christian Rosencreuz, the founder of the Rosicrucian order. So the Georgia Guidestones monument featured the 6 granite slabs, but they had written on them the 10 Commandments, but not the 10 Commandments as some are familiar with, as people believe the stones contained the 10 Commandments of the Antichrist, or of a sacred place for sun worshippers. Former Georgia gubernatorial candidate Candice Taylor was among those to assert such claims during her 2022 primary campaign. Taylor pledged to remove the monument through executive order if she was elected, calling them satanic. So the guidestones were inscribed in 8 different languages: English, Spanish, Swahili, Hindi, Hebrew, Arabic, Chinese and Russian. And in addition, Egyptian hieroglyphs and classical Greek are written into the capstone. But what was written then? So, number 1, maintain humanity under 500,000 in perpetual balance with nature. Number 2, guide reproduction wisely, improving fitness and diversity. Number 3, unite humanity with a living new language. Number 4, rule passion, faith, tradition, and all things with tempered reason. Number 5, Protect people and nations with fair laws and just courts. Number 6. Let all nations rule internally, resolving external disputes in a world court. Number 7. Avoid petty laws and useless officials. Number 8. Balance personal rights with social duties. Number 9. Prize truth, beauty, love, seeking harmony with the infinite. And number 10. Be not a cancer on the earth. Leave room for nature. Leave room for nature. So these commandments promote a dystopian, post-apocalyptic or New World Order Illuminati message, depending on your perspective, your interpretation. And the authors of the message were anonymous. Our population today is estimated at 8 billion? Which means the people that actually erected this megalith wanted to kill off now, 7.9 plus billion people to maintain the balance? Where does that leave you and I? The true owners and financial backers have not been publicly disclosed. And that's a bit scary. But, however, my friends on this plain earth, back in July the 6th, 2022, at around 4 a.m, almost a year ago, there was an explosion at the Guidestones. Elbert County surveillance cameras monitor all the comings and goings. Cameras were placed around the structure after a series of acts of vandalism between 2008 and 14. Some graffiti defacing the structure read, "Death to the New World Order," and "I am Isis, goddess of love." But this video on July the 6th shows unknown individuals detonated an explosive device and destroyed a large portion of the structure, one of the tablets. You can see the car driving off. So because of this act, all of the Georgia Guidestones have since now been taken down for safety reasons. According to the Georgia Bureau of Investigation, I wonder if they will actually uncover the said buried time capsule that was supposed to be under there, but apparently nothing has yet been found. But the Georgia Guidestones, America's Stonehenge, as of today, is no more, folks. July 1980 to July 2022. Remember what R.C. Christian said? They should be capable of withstanding catastrophic events. Well, I guess not an explosive event 42 years later by human hands. Most people live with the false belief that their life circumstances need to fall into place before they can be happy, content, or at peace. But in reality, my friends, this is the opposite that is really true. Thus, when you correct your mind through working on yourself, through gratitude, meditation, and inspired learning, then everything in your life will fall into place. It's those who know that they have enough are the ones that are truly wealthy. Knowledge is power, yes, but it's also a treasure. So practice is the key to it. And thank you for your precious time here on this platform. Georgia Guidestones are of no more. Stay safe.